Emma woke before sunrise on Mother's Day, careful not to make a sound as she slipped out of bed. The house was silent except for the soft ticking of the kitchen clock and the distant hum of rain outside the windows. For a moment she stood in the hallway watching her family sleep, convincing herself that today would be different. She had spent the entire week preparing for this day. Fresh flowers sat in a vase at the center of the dining table. She had baked Daniel's favorite cinnamon rolls from scratch late the night before, even though her back ached from cleaning the entire house alone. A handmade card from her daughter Lily rested beside each plate, decorated with tiny painted hearts Emma had secretly helped her create weeks ago. Emma smiled softly as she lit a vanilla candle in the kitchen. Maybe this year, Daniel would finally notice her efforts. For 13 years, Emma had been the invisible glue holding the family together. She cooked every meal, washed every shirt, remembered every birthday, helped Lily with homework, and somehow stretched Daniel's paycheck enough to keep their lives comfortable. Yet Daniel acted as though none of it mattered. "You stay home all day," he often said. "How hard can that be?" Still, Emma kept trying. At 9 in the morning, Daniel finally came downstairs wearing wrinkled pajamas, staring at his phone instead of his wife. Lily followed behind him quietly, her dark hair tied in a messy ponytail. "Happy Mother's Day," Emma said brightly, forcing warmth into her voice. Daniel barely looked up. He muttered before grabbing coffee. Lily hugged her mother tightly. "Happy Mother's Day, Mom." That small gesture almost made Emma emotional. By afternoon, Daniel's parents and his younger brother arrived for lunch. Emma spent hours serving food while everyone laughed in the dining room. She moved between the kitchen and table carrying dishes, while Daniel sat comfortably, joking with his family like a king at a banquet. "Emma, more iced tea," Daniel called without even turning toward her. She nodded quietly and obeyed. As lunch continued, Daniel's mother praised him for working so hard to provide for the family. "I don't know how you manage all the pressure," she said proudly. Daniel leaned back in his chair dramatically. "Someone has to keep this family alive." Everyone laughed except Emma. She lowered her eyes to her plate. Then Daniel smirked and added, "Meanwhile, Emma gets to stay home relaxing all day. Honestly, sometimes I think I should be the one getting celebrated today." The room erupted with uncomfortable chuckles. Emma felt heat crawl up her neck. Lily stopped eating immediately. Daniel continued, enjoying the attention. "You know what she did last week. Complained about being tired after grocery shopping. Grocery shopping." He laughed loudly. "I work 10 hours a day while she lives like she's on vacation." His brother snorted into his drink. Emma's hands trembled beneath the table. "I do my best," she whispered. Daniel rolled his eyes. "Your best, Emma. Half the time this house looks like a tornado hit it." That was a lie. Emma cleaned constantly, but nobody defended her, not even his mother. The humiliation burned worse because it happened on Mother's Day, the one day she secretly hoped to feel appreciated. Lily suddenly pushed her chair back hard enough to scrape the floor. "Dad, stop," she said sharply. The room went silent. Daniel stared at his daughter in surprise. "Excuse me." "I said stop embarrassing Mom." His expression darkened instantly. "I'm joking," he snapped. "Don't be dramatic." But Lily's face remained cold. "It's not funny anymore." Emma quickly interrupted before things worsened. "Lily, it's okay." No, it wasn't okay. But Emma had spent years convincing herself peace mattered more than respect. Lunch ended awkwardly after that. Daniel acted irritated for the rest of the afternoon, while Emma cleaned dishes alone in the kitchen. Lily stayed unusually quiet upstairs. Late that night, Emma finally crawled into bed exhausted. Daniel was already asleep beside her, snoring peacefully like nothing had happened. Down the hallway, Lily walked past her parents' bedroom and heard her father whispering on the phone. His voice sounded softer than Emma had heard in years. "I told you," he murmured quietly. "She still has no idea where the money's going." Lily froze outside the door. Then Daniel laughed softly. "Trust me," he said. "My wife believes everything I tell her." Lily stood frozen in the dark hallway, her heart pounding so hard she thought her father might hear it through the door. Inside the bedroom, Daniel's voice dropped lower. smoother than the harsh tone he used with Emma every day. "I'll transfer the rest tomorrow," he whispered. "Just be patient." A woman's faint laughter echoed from the phone speaker. Lily's stomach twisted. Daniel chuckled softly in return, a sound Lily had not heard him make around her mother in years. "You deserve better than cheap hotels," he said quietly. "Once everything settles down, I'll take you somewhere nice." Lily felt sick. Her mother reused old shoes for years to save money. Emma skipped buying winter coats for herself so Lily could have dance lessons. Just last month, Daniel had yelled at Emma for spending too much on groceries, and now he was secretly giving money to another woman. Lily stepped backward carefully before rushing into her bedroom and locking the door behind her. Her hands shook violently as tears filled her eyes. She wasn't only angry, she was heartbroken for her mother. Emma loved Daniel with a loyalty he never deserved. The next morning, the house felt painfully normal. Emma hummed softly while making pancakes before school, pretending yesterday's humiliation had never happened. Dark circles rested beneath her tired eyes, but she still smiled at everyone. Daniel sat at the table scrolling through his phone. "Coffee's cold," he complained immediately. "I can warm it up," Emma said quickly. Lily stared at her father in disgust. How could someone be so cruel to a person who gave them everything? At school, Lily could barely focus during classes. Her father's words repeated endlessly in her head. She still has no idea where the money's going. That evening, Lily made a decision. If her father wanted to lie to her mother, she would find the truth herself. The opportunity came faster than expected. 2 days later, Daniel rushed out to work after receiving a phone call from his office. In his hurry, he left his laptop open on the dining table. Emma was upstairs folding laundry. Lily slowly approached the computer. Her pulse raced as she opened his banking app. She almost stopped herself. This felt wrong, but then she remembered her mother silently crying in the kitchen after everyone left on Mother's Day. Lily kept going. Her eyes widened immediately. There were dozens of expensive restaurant charges, jewelry purchases, hotel bookings, and money transfers to someone named Vanessa. Thousands of dollars had disappeared over the past year. Lily covered her mouth in shock. Meanwhile, Daniel constantly complained about bills at home. He had even canceled Emma's birthday trip 6 months ago, claiming they were financially struggling. But the worst discovery came moments later. Lily opened Daniel's messages. "Vanessa, did your wife believe the bankruptcy story?" "Daniel, of course. Emma believes anything I say." Another message followed. "Daniel, she's too dependent to leave me anyway." Lily felt rage explode inside her chest. Her mother wasn't weak. Emma had simply spent years loving the wrong person. Quickly, Lily took photos of everything using her phone before hearing footsteps upstairs. She closed the laptop just as Emma entered the kitchen carrying towels. "You okay, sweetheart?" Emma asked gently. Lily forced a nod. Emma smiled tiredly. "You've been quiet lately." For a moment, Lily almost told her everything. But she stopped herself. Not yet. Her mother looked emotionally fragile already. Lily needed proof first, undeniable proof Daniel couldn't lie his way out of. That night during dinner, Daniel acted unusually irritated. "Electric bill is ridiculous this month," he snapped. "Emma, you need to stop wasting money." Emma looked confused. "I've been careful." "Well, clearly not careful enough." Lily clenched her fork tightly. Daniel had spent hundreds at luxury restaurants while accusing her mother of wasting electricity. The hypocrisy made her furious. Later that evening, Lily sat alone in her room reviewing the photos she had taken. Each screenshot revealed more betrayal than the last. Hotel reservations, romantic messages, secret transfers, lies, so many lies. Then she noticed one final transaction scheduled for next week, a large payment connected to a beach resort. Father's Day weekend. Lily stared at the screen silently. Her father was planning a romantic getaway with another woman while pretending to celebrate family with them. At that moment, something inside her changed completely. Daniel thought Emma was too weak to stand up to him. He thought nobody would ever expose him, but he forgot one important thing. Emma wasn't suffering alone anymore. For 3 days, Lily carried the secret alone. Every time she looked at her mother, guilt twisted inside her chest. Emma moved through the house like always, cooking meals, folding laundry, asking Lily about school, completely unaware that her husband was betraying her behind her back. Meanwhile, Daniel acted worse than ever. On Wednesday night, Emma accidentally dropped a glass plate after burning her hand on the stove. The sharp crash echoed through the kitchen. Daniel stormed in immediately. "For once, can you pay attention to what you're doing?" he snapped. "I'm sorry," Emma whispered, kneeling to clean the broken pieces. "You're always sorry." Lily watched from the doorway, anger boiling inside her. Daniel didn't even ask if Emma's hand was hurt. Instead, he grabbed his car keys and muttered, "I'm going out. Don't wait up." The front door slammed seconds later. Silence filled the kitchen. Emma quietly picked up the shattered glass with trembling fingers. A thin cut across her palm began bleeding, but she barely reacted to the pain. That was the moment Lily couldn't stay silent anymore. "Mom," she said softly. Emma looked up with tired eyes. "What is it, sweetheart?" Lily's throat tightened. "You don't deserve this." Emma forced a weak smile. "Your father's just stressed." "No," Lily replied firmly. "He's cruel." Emma froze. For years, Emma had defended Daniel no matter what he said or did. She always blamed his job, his childhood, his stress, or financial pressure. Admitting the truth felt impossible to her. Lily slowly pulled out her phone. "There's something you need to see." At first, Emma looked confused as Lily opened the photos. But within seconds, all color drained from her face. The restaurant receipts, the hotel bookings, the money transfers. The messages. Emma's breathing became shaky. "No," she whispered. "This can't be real." Lily sat beside her mother and held her hand tightly. "I heard him talking on the phone that night after Mother's Day. I checked his laptop later." Emma stared at the screen like her entire world was collapsing in front of her eyes. "He told me we were struggling financially," she said weakly. "He said we couldn't afford my dental treatment, but Daniel had somehow afforded expensive jewelry for another woman." Tears slid silently down Emma's cheeks. "What did I do wrong?" she whispered. Lily immediately shook her head. "Nothing. You did nothing wrong." Emma covered her mouth as years of pain finally surfaced all at once. Every insult, every humiliation, every moment she doubted herself. Daniel had spent years making her feel small, so she would never question him. "I thought if I worked harder," Emma cried softly. "If I became a better wife." "You already were," Lily interrupted. "He just never appreciated you." For the first time in years, Emma allowed herself to stop defending her husband. And once the truth cracked through, more memories flooded back painfully. The secretive phone calls, the locked screens, the sudden anger whenever money was mentioned, the endless criticism designed to destroy her confidence. Emma finally saw everything clearly. "He thinks I'm weak," she said quietly. Lily squeezed her hand. "Then prove him wrong." Those words changed something inside Emma. The next morning, while Daniel was at work, Emma did something she had not done in years. She looked at herself in the mirror carefully, not as a tired wife, not as someone's servant, but as a woman who still deserved respect. That afternoon, Emma secretly met with a divorce lawyer downtown while Lily stayed at school. Her hands trembled the entire meeting, but the lawyer listened patiently while reviewing the evidence. "You've documented financial deception and infidelity," the lawyer explained calmly. "You have more protection than you realize." For the first time in years, Emma felt hope. Over the next week, she quietly prepared. She opened her own bank account, collected important documents, saved copies of Daniel's messages, and slowly, piece by piece, she rebuilt the confidence Daniel had spent years destroying. Meanwhile, Daniel noticed nothing. He still mocked Emma casually at dinner, still acted superior, still believed she would never leave. Then one evening, Daniel announced proudly, "We're having a big Father's Day dinner next weekend. My parents are coming." Lily exchanged a silent glance with her mother. Daniel smirked. Maybe this year everyone can actually appreciate who keeps this family together. Emma looked down at her plate calmly. But this time, she wasn't hurt, because for the first time in years, she finally knew something Daniel didn't. His perfect little world was about to collapse. Father's Day arrived with a calm, deceptive sunshine that made everything feel almost normal. Daniel woke up early, humming to himself as he checked his phone. Today was important. His parents were coming, the house was clean, and Emma had spent the morning cooking his favorite dishes. To him, it felt like another day of control, another stage where he could play the role of the perfect provider. He had no idea the stage was already burning beneath him. Emma moved through the kitchen quietly, setting plates on the table. There was something different in her posture now, not loud, not dramatic, but steady. Lily noticed it immediately. Her mother wasn't shrinking anymore. She was waiting. Guests arrived by afternoon. Daniel's parents, his brother, and a few close relatives filled the dining room with laughter and conversation. Emma greeted everyone politely, though her eyes stayed calm, distant in a way Daniel didn't recognize. "Everything looks amazing," Daniel's mother said. Daniel smiled proudly. Emma did all of it, of course. A few chuckles followed. He leaned back in his chair, enjoying the attention. "I always make sure this family stays together," he added casually. "It's not easy dealing with everything on my own." Emma slowly placed a dish on the table, then Lily stood up. The room shifted instantly. Daniel frowned. "Sit down, Lily." But she didn't. Her voice was steady. "No." A silence dropped so heavy it felt like air disappeared from the room. Daniel straightened. "What is this attitude?" Lily looked directly at him. "You want the truth about who keeps this family together." Emma's hand paused midair. Daniel laughed nervously. "What are you talking about?" Lily reached for her phone. "Mom does," she said. Then she turned the screen toward everyone. The photos, the messages, the bank transfers, the hotel bookings. Each piece of evidence appeared like a strike against Daniel's carefully built image. Confusion spread across the table, then shock, then anger. Daniel's smile disappeared. "Where did you get that?" he demanded sharply. Lily didn't blink. "Your laptop." Emma finally spoke, her voice calm but firm. "I know everything, Daniel." That was the first time he looked at her differently, not as someone beneath him, but as someone standing far away from him. "This is ridiculous," he snapped quickly. "You're invading my privacy." "This is fake," Lily interrupted. "Vanessa says hello, Dad." The name hit like a slap. Daniel froze. His mother stood up slowly. "What is she talking about?" Emma opened her purse and placed a folder on the table. "I met with a lawyer," she said quietly. "I've seen everything, the money, the lies, all of it." Daniel's voice rose. "You went behind my back." Emma didn't flinch. "You destroyed my trust first." The room erupted into chaos. Voices overlapped, questions, accusations, shock, but Lily stayed focused. "You told Mom she was worthless," she said. "You told her she was nothing while you spent money on another woman." Daniel's face turned red. Enough. But no one listened anymore. His brother looked disgusted. His father shook his head in disbelief. His mother sat down slowly, unable to process what she was hearing. Emma remained standing. For years she had sat down while being insulted. "Not anymore. I won't live like this," she said softly. "I won't be humiliated anymore." Daniel stepped forward. "You think you can leave me?" Emma met his eyes. "I already have." Silence. That single sentence shattered something inside him. Lily placed the final piece on the table, printed bank records showing hidden transfers. "This is everything," she said. "You don't get to lie anymore." Daniel looked around the room, searching for control, for support, for anything. But there was nothing left, just truth, just consequences. His carefully built image collapsed in front of everyone who once admired him. Emma took Lily's hand gently. "We're done here," she said. And for the first time, Daniel realized he wasn't losing an argument. He was losing everything.